Mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Matthew Harding from News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
Hi, everyone. It's Brian Kilmeade. Join me this morning at 10 a.m. for a fresh take on the latest breaking news. You got sports, politics, and entertainment. On the Brian Kilmeade Show, me and my guests dive into lively debates. We have discussions that matter to you. So whether you're in your morning commute or just starting your day, tune in for a unique wake-up call. Your home for the Brian Kilmeade Show is WSJS and WSJS.com. Let's explore the stories that all Americans are talking about. See you at 10 a.m.
We are News Talk Sports for the Triad. WSJS, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, High Point, Burlington. Online at WSJS.com. We are News Talk Sports for the Triad.
Weather. Sunny skies today,
WSJS, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, High Point, Burlington. Online at WSJS.com.
Lower 70s, a mix of clouds and sun on Thursday with a few showers and storms in the
area
afternoon. Highs in the mid-90s.
today with highs in the lower 90s.
Showers and thunderstorms likely at midnight, lows in clouds tonight with lows in the lower 70s. Mix of clouds and sun on Thursday with a few showers and storms in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-90s. Thursday night with showers and thunderstorms likely.
Hi, everyone. It's Brian Kilmeade. Join me this morning at 10 a.m. for a fresh take on the latest breaking news, sports, politics, and entertainment. On the Brian Kilmeade Show, me and my guests dive into lively debates and discussions that matter to you. So whether you're in your morning commute, join me this morning at 10 a.m. for a fresh take on the latest breaking news, sports, politics, and entertainment. WSJS and WSJS.com. Let's explore the stories that matter to Americans are talking about. See you at 10 a.m. Starting your day, tune in for a unique wake-up call. Your home for the Brian Kilmeade Show is WSJS and WSJS.com. Let's explore the stories that all Americans are talking about. See you at 10 a.m.
Academic excellence. At Calvary, students grow academically, spiritually, and socially with opportunities in the arts, athletics, and innovative choose Calvary Day School with small class sizes and the support of community and academic excellence. At Calvary, students grow academically, spiritually, and socially with opportunities in the arts, athletics, and innovative school programs. With small class sizes and the support of community,
Hear
every
that
student
creak?
can
You know what
thrive.
I mean.
Schedule
Your
your
garage
campus tour
door's
today
grown
at
signals trouble ahead.
336-714-5575
Ignoring it could lead to costly
or
repairs
visit
or even
calvaryday.school.
accidents. But don't worry. Precision Garage Door has your back with their safe and sound.
How about you get Dad the gift that he won't forget? RecTech.com, RecTeq. Go to the website, look at all the different grills that they have. RecTech wood-fired grills deliver more heat, more precision control, more stainless steel. They're built like a tank. They're built to last. You want burgers, wings, ribs, chicken, brisket, steaks? They got it. They can do it all. They are a 5-tool player. I appreciate how RecTech makes grilling really easy, consistent temperature control. And if you want to sear a steak, most of these grills can't do this. These wood-fired grills, you can with this. You can get up to 1,200 degrees. Top-rated RecTech grilling app. You can monitor and control your grill right from your phone. Grab life by the horns. Get Dad the gift that he will not forget. Visit RecTech.com, and you'll see how easy it is. The official grilling sponsor of the Dan Patrick Show, RecTeq.com. Nothing compares to grilling on a RecTech.
Biscuit King in High Point and Lexington serves enormous, delicious, award-winning biscuits. Made from scratch and filled up with whatever you like best. Today's special is a cheeseburger combo for only $8.09.
Good morning,
Biscuit King.
Triad,
Delivery
and welcome to the
ordering
Daily
available through
Pulse with Steve and Beck.
BiscuitKingLex.com.
Thanks to your support, the nonprofits VetTix
Your
and
front
First
row
Takes
seat
give
to the
away
voices,
tens of millions of
issues,
tickets
and
counting
energy
to
driving the
America's
Triad.
heroes. Got extra tickets to concerts, games, or special events? Or want to see if you qualify? Go to
Get ready to dive into the stories that matter most.
today.
The headlines shaping your day, the conversations everyone's having, and the local perspective you won't hear anywhere else. The Daily Pulse starts now on WSJS. Good morning, Triad, and welcome to the Daily Pulse with Steeman Back.
Now you see me, now you don't want to talk, but I bet you won't.
Your front row seat to the voices, issues, and energy driving the Triad.
Let me calm down. Let me take it easy on, take it easy on.
Get ready to dive into the stories that matter most, the headlines shaping your day, the conversations everyone's having, and the local perspective you won't hear anywhere else.
Hold up, wait, breathe.
The Daily Pulse starts now on WSJS.
Start talking. All right. So what a morning I've had here. All I can hear through my headset is something completely opposite. So let me throw that away. If you can hear me right now, you're listening to the Daily Pulse here on WSJS. The tough part about live radio is technology, and man, I am not the one to tell you really anything about technology. That is not my forte. But hey, we're into things. Daily Pulse live with you, WSJS, streaming on WSJS.com. Beck here with you. Clocks will be fun. Phone calls probably not going to happen. You want to hear probably the funniest thing here. It's not funny. Not one day after I speak out against Major League Baseball, not one day after I stand here talking anti-Christianity that Major League Baseball has put on display by punishing players for putting scripture verses on their hats during a Pride Night promotion event. Not one day after all of this happened, satellites not working, my radio show not getting on the air. I'll just say, if you don't believe in Satan, this is living proof right here. And, it's it's just more evidence that, man, Jesus still wins. That's all I can say. So we are here, Daily Pulse. We got a big show. Not sure how we're going to flow in and out of breaks and how all that works exactly live as I try to transition things. But what we do have on today's show was honestly a much lighter topic than where we were yesterday to start. And that was a big upset. We saw Spain World Cup end up in a draw. We've seen some of these teams early in the world's biggest sporting event right now. Well, they're kind of up against the ropes. The United States winning their game 4-1 is really a stark outlier than where many of these top tier World Cup teams have ended up battling for their lives, honestly, in this early group stage. Well, you try to envision that on a fast food level. Yeah, that's fun. We got new rankings out yesterday from what is the American Customer Satisfaction Index. And there's a huge upset there. So I'm going to share a little bit more on that coming up in a second, just to kind of tee some other things up. I have seen a huge outcry of discussion across country now, but even back here in North Carolina, about these data centers, AI data centers. Are they something that is harmful for us? Is it as big of a deal as, the news seems to be creating and making this stuff? It's almost akin to when we spent time talking about the Strait of Hormuz. You keep hearing that term a lot. And I try to dig into some of these topics because I really want to try to get down to the nitty gritty, so to speak. I want to try to understand, is this, what's really happening here? Well, there's some information out now, more direct in the power usage and maybe water concerns when it comes to AI data centers. That is evidence to say right out on its face, yeah, a lot of this is just a bunch of blowhard nonsense. So we'll try to give you a little bit of an update on that as best I can. And while we were here this morning, before all the fun started breaking loose, I was going to talk more about the Carolina Hurricanes. Their head coach, Rod Brind'Amour, they're winning the Stanley Cup, captured an astronomical amount of views. And the way they did it was the most dominant that has been done in 40 years. So when you put all those things together, you can possibly see that this is a team that's still getting disrespected. It's still not seen as a top tier franchise that I feel like it is, not only here in our state, that I've said time and time again, but I feel like is what it realistically should be across the world of hockey. So I don't know, Christian, can we go to our breaks? We'll take a break here. We'll try to reset things. We haven't even got to our pulse check where we can get you our latest headlines. We'll try to do all of this that we can on the fly, but we'll be back. Just stay with us, work with us this morning. Daily Pulse on WSJS.
Westwood One Sports presents this World Soccer Update. Lionel Messi turns 39 next week, but he is still showing no signs of slowing down. He scored all 3 goals as defending champ Argentina opened with a 3-0 win over Algeria. Messi's 16 World Cup goals tie him with Germany's Miroslav Klose for the all-time record. Also in Group J, Austria beat Jordan in the late match 3-1. The Stars also showed out in Group I, 2 goals apiece for France's Kylian Mbappe and Norway's Erling Haaland. France beat Senegal. Norway put away Iraq. Mbappe is now France's all-time leading scorer. Speaking of stars, Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal kick off today's schedule against Congo at 1 Eastern. The 41-year-old Ronaldo will join Messi as the only players to suit up for 6 World Cups. With this 2026 World Soccer Update, I'm Brad Heller, Westwood One Sports.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Right now at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts, you can get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 qualifying brake rotors. Ask the professional parts people about additional brake pad and rotor upgrade options available at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Super Paint, Super Deck, and Woodscapes products June 12th through the 22nd. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
3 unforgettable experiences await: revving engines, raising hope, and honoring heroes. Join the 2nd annual Northwest Piedmont Supporters of Wounded Veterans Poker Run this Saturday at VFW Post 9010 in Clement. Sponsored by the Triad Enforcers Motorcycle Club. $20 per biker, $5 per rider. Enjoy a free hot dog lunch post ride, plus a 50-50 drawing and door prizes. Sign up starts at 9 a.m. Kickstands up at 10:30. Get all the details at Northwest Piedmont Supporters of Wounded Veterans on Facebook. Engines roar, hearts unite, fuel the ride, honor the sacrifice. Throttle up for those who gave all. The 2nd annual Northwest Piedmont Supporters of Wounded Veterans Poker Run this Saturday at VFW Post 9010 in Clement. Every day, heroes sacrifice for our freedom. Now it's our turn to honor them. And the Triad Enforcers Motorcycle Club is full throttle for our heroes. Remember, sign up starts at 9 a.m. Kickstands up at 10:30. Get all the details at Northwest Piedmont Supporters of Wounded Veterans on Facebook.
The Daily Pulse, the sound of the Triad amplified.
All right. What a wild and crazy morning this has been already. I hope that you're hearing the Daily Pulse. Back here with you on WSJS. I'm just going to tell you again, unequivocally, because I firmly believe what I'm saying. And condemning, I hope you don't turn me off. I just have to say, there's no irony here that a day after I tap into, I would say, well, a very frustrating, controversial topic for myself. Major League Baseball, I already said, I don't focus on you for 3/4 of your season because it's agonizing to consider that you can go out, lose 10, 20 games in a row, and still have ample time in your league to come back and win. Well, now I'm really going to turn you off because honestly, you're completely double when it comes to how you're treating certain populations of people. Number 2, you're anti-Christian. Number 3, you're anti-traditional family values. And you've segregated maybe 3/4 of your audience in one, well, we'll just say condemning of what your players decided to do, which was just inscribe a scriptural verse on a Pride Night hat. And a day after I talk about that, share that, Daily Pulse, I don't know, can't hardly hear it. Satellites crossing over, things happening. I just think it reaffirms Satan's real. And, that's something that doesn't win over me personally because Jesus still reigns. So I just say that here on the Daily Pulse. It's not only necessarily me that's getting the upset here today or upset by all this stuff that's happening. There was a big upset in fast food chains yesterday. I'm not going to give actual names here because my personal thing isn't about free pub, free advertising, but We'll describe these as best we can to give you these rankings. A list out by the American Customer Satisfaction Index. They completed 16,464 surveys. And after years of one fast food restaurant ruling the roost, you get it? Maybe. Then the yesterday completely new top tier franchise sits up on the rest in these rankings. I'm going to start at the bottom of this list. And Christian, if you can hear me, because I know some of this with our technology and different things today is all haywire, but I believe we got a little bit of music just to keep you in with me and entertained in this, maybe even uplift our spirits here with all this today. All right, McDonald's, they're at the bottom. McD's, I don't mind mentioning that name. They did improve with a score of 72 now out of 100, but they're still bottom tier when it comes to fast food chains. And not much better than them is the Big DQ franchise that we did a story on in Pizza World. They're redoing the restaurants. They're trying to kick it back to the 90s. They've got a pan pizza that you can read books for and get you a free one. And it'll probably burn your mouth to pieces if you're not careful. They're tied fifth with another pizza chain that had a papa that got in trouble. And a chicken that has how many different flavors and spices? It's like a special recipe. Try not to give away brand names here, man.
I don't know.
Free advertising. It's no good.
I think about that soda that has 23 different flavors in it.
Yeah, well, Baskin Robbins has 31, but there's the original recipe with this chicken outfit. They've got a certain number of spices and things
20
in it.
or 30, something like that. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Well, anyways, they're fifth with the other two pizza joints I mentioned. Let's just get to the upset because I have no idea where our clock is when it comes to time and taking our next break. But I'll just say Big Chicken, where we had, again, a very traditional family, respectful restaurant, one that has been ruling the roost, if you get it. They were upset yesterday by a sub above. 84 is what Mike's Way will get you in the score out of 100. Chick-fil-A, yep, I said it, decided to. They're second. So we're crazy here this morning. I hope we can get things back on track. Bottom of the hour here coming up. We'll take our break. We'll try to get you some headlines this morning on the Daily Pulse. I'm going to also get back to, some sports stuff when it comes to the Canes. We've got the U.S. Open coming up this weekend where I've got a stat that is going to show total carnage over golfers. And if we can, well, I'll just say this. There was a party pooper, and it's been something that happened in Asheboro that the police are trying to investigate. All right. Stay with us as best you can today. Back on the News Talking Sports Station, the Triad, WSJS.
This time of the year, it's about getting together. Summer weekends, holidays, having people over, firing up the grill, and just enjoying life. And if you're the one doing the grilling, you want something that you can really count on. That's why we love RecTech. RecTeq. They're wood-fired grills built for moments like this. You get more heat, consistent temperature control, and more stainless steel construction. Built like a tank, made to deliver years of incredible meals. RecTech's consistent temperature control keeps the heat steady, so you get reliable results every time. Whether you're cooking brisket, ribs, burgers, or steaks, top-rated RecTech grilling app will help you along the way to keep an eye on everything from your phone while you spend time with family and friends. Plus, thousands of five-star reviews and a U.S.-based support team. You're getting a grill you can trust. Your summer plans, make sure your grill is ready. RecTeq.com. RecTech, built by grillers for grillers.
Piedmont Triad area weather. Sunny skies today with highs in the lower 90s, a west wind under 10 miles an hour. Increasing clouds tonight with lows in the lower 70s. A mix of clouds and sun on Thursday with a few showers and storms in the afternoon. Highs in the mid 90s. Cloudy Thursday night with showers and thunderstorms likely after midnight, lows around 70. Cloudy Friday with showers and thunderstorms likely and highs in the mid 80s. I'm meteorologist Matthew Harding for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
Hey, Josh Graham here. This is News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS. Catch me tonight at 11 p.m. for Westwood One Sports Night. You'll get my take on all sports. And Saturday and Sunday afternoons from 4 to 7 p.m. for the Josh Graham Show. Don't miss the up-to-the-minute scores and hot takes on everything sports. Because this is News Talk Sports for the Triad and the home of Josh Graham, WSJS.
The best projects start with family, and for nearly a century, families have trusted Black Sand Company for their construction and landscaping needs. From lush gardens to sturdy play areas, Black Sand Company has it all. Gravel, stone, topsoil, mulch, and sand. For the Triad and beyond, there's only one choice for quality materials and friendly service. Black Sand Company, 745 West Clintonville Road in Winston-Salem, or online at blacksandco.com, where quality meets tradition.
You'll taste it and love it.
It's time for Foster Hobbs Coffee Roasters. Their specialty roasted beans offer pure, rich flavor, avoiding the plastic. Foster Hobbs Coffee Roasters, because your day deserves the best start. Get to their roastery for expert care and advice at 205 Neal Place in High Point. If you can't get to the store, shop online anytime.
You'll taste it and love it
at fosterhobbs.com.
The Daily Pulse, the sound of the Triad, amplified. Your front row seat to the voices, issues, and energy driving the Triad.
Break in my waist, I don't play with the fakes.
Back to the Daily Pulse with Stephen Beck.
Oh, I'm happy to be here with you today on a Daily Pulse. WSJS. If you know, you know. This is a little insider curveball. Some of you won't even know, but whoo, it's been a morning for you. But we're happy to have you riding along with us where Sunnyside wins, just like Jesus wins. I've shared that a couple times this morning. I still believe it, but Sunnyside wins because it throws you free gifts. All you got to do, go to WSJS.com. Perfect place to stream. Perfect place to also catch podcasts. This one may not be uploaded for a lot of different reasons, but also it's a perfect place to find out how you can win tickets to see Darius Rucker, how you can see tickets for Craig Morgan, Neil McCoy, Chris Stapleton, and Treaty Oak Revival. All coming different places, different dates, but the easiest thing to do is go to the website, WSJS.com, look for Sunnyside Wins, click on it. You can choose what works with your schedule, what prize you're most interested in. Put in a little bit of information if you haven't won in the past 30 days. Man, we'd love to hook you up with some tickets. If you're out there this morning, you just want to lift spirits, you want to say good morning, well, you can definitely do that anytime, 336-777-1600. Following along at Stephen Beck, TO, at WSJS Radio allows you to see our video feed, which we actually have more control over that than anything else. So that's always a great spot to try to follow along with the show in the mornings. We're going to try to do something here. If it doesn't work, then we'll just steamroll and we'll just keep on going. But let's try to give you some latest headlines for the morning. Beautiful. Music to my ears. All right. Part of me reads the headline, Tropical Cyclone, and you don't normally like that. But a part of me equally that screams maybe precipitation, maybe a little bit of rain. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to end up being as big of a deal here locally in our area as much as that headline would catch someone's attention. But the weather watch right now is for a possible tropical event entering into the Carolinas later this week. Impacts possible from Thursday night into Friday. heavier rainfall, winds still dependent heavily upon track. Would love to get the rain. I've got a mini golf course that I've been nursing myself. And I'm sure there's other much more significant reasons why our state and the drought that we're in needs the rain for farmers, for people that have well water, for whatever else is happening with gardening and plants and grass and all the other stuff. So maybe this will turn out in our favor a little bit. The Charlotte City Council, as we shared yesterday, they had 100 applicants. Well, they've now narrowed down their field for their interim mayor, V. Lyles, leaving that position. And they're hoping to name a replacement, they just announced, by maybe as early as June 22nd. So that's coming up. I think that's next week, if I'm not mistaken there. Jet Zero has broken ground on its Greensboro headquarters and manufacturing site, tied to a promised jobs announcement of up to about 14,500 positions. So some good news out of there. The Hurricanes, on their trip back to North Carolina, brought the cup with them. There was a picture I saw yesterday on social media, and I don't know how this works. I've been to the Hockey Hall of Fame, and I know that they have a couple different iterations of the Stanley Cup. That might be a little disappointing. I remember at maybe like age 11 seeing that up close and asking my parents there. Maybe it was like a tour guide or something that was talking about this. But I remember kind of being somewhat disappointed to realize that the actual Stanley Cup, most of the teams end up hoisting over their head and carrying around and doing different visits with. Well, they've got either, I can't remember if it's a replica of that same cup in the Toronto Hockey Hall of Fame, or maybe they've had to take those little disc levels to the Stanley Cup off, and so they're subsequently able to make multiple cups, if that makes sense, because of how many years they've played hockey. Anyways, the cup that the Hurricanes brought back from Vegas on the plane, they've been carrying it around. The top of it has like a significant dent in it. The little portion, the cup actual portion of it where you would drink out of, and I'm sure they'll continue to carry it with them and have festivities. I thought that was one of those things where it's like, ooh, who hit that? Who dropped that? But it, because, the guys that bring it onto the ice, the guys that carry it for the NHL, they're wearing the white gloves and they're treating it with kid gloves and really careful. And now the Hurricanes, they've just kind of dinged it up. So don't judge them by that. Judge them by their actual on ice efforts. Judge them by what Hurricanes coach Rod Brind'Amour did, not only in his career with the Canes, but also what he's been able to do as their clear franchise leader. A few days, whatever we're at now, has had more time for this to really sink in. But the Hurricanes remain severely underrated in the world of sports, in the world even direct as hockey. They're still not a respected franchise. The leadership between Eric Tulsky, general manager for the Canes, and I already mentioned Roddy, they've done as good a job as you could do to put together the roster that they had this year. But they've set now, under the leadership of Rod Brind'Amour, they've set a standard that over the past 8 years gets them automatic to the playoffs. I've said that. Over the past, handful, it's really almost a very competitive Eastern Conference final echelon that they've found themselves resting in. And right there at their grips is getting back to a Stanley Cup final over and over and over again. And that's what builds a true resume that should get respect. One of the things that really elevates and builds that standard is something that we found out a couple of days after the Hurricanes lifted that cup that we talked about. They dinged up a little bit. The cup itself, I think they said is, I want to say it's like around 35 pounds to actually hoist the thing over your head. And Roddy had them hoisting that same weight over their heads all season long.
We call that our blue-collar press. I grew up in a blue-collar neighborhood. Maybe one of the most important blue-collar jobs is the mason. The mason builds the foundation of buildings, your homes, and what have you. And basically what we ask guys to do is do one press and think of those blue-collar moments that got them here and somebody that's helped you get here.
So I'll explain a little bit more. In their weight room, Canes facility, they got a cinder block sitting there. Each guy that enters the weight room, they tell them, hey, do one blue collar press. They take the cinder block, hoist it up over their head one time, back down. Yeah, okay. Cutesy little story there about how it comes, from blue collar beliefs, putting in the work. What kind of blue collar work got you here? I think that's really cool. Sentimental kind of when you start drilling down into what they're telling the players and the guys to do it. But that's also the same weight, as I said, as the Stanley Cup is to lift it over your head. And Roddy had him doing it the whole season. It's just like he had a rope. When they pull the rope in the locker room, it means that they're buying in. They're doing their part. Setting these standards to where, honestly, how could the Canes not have gotten to the Cup final and ended up just outworking, out-hustling, out-muscling, grinding down the Vegas Knights team to a finish that puts the Hurricanes as the most dominant team in the last 40 years of the NHL, 16-3 throughout the Stanley Cup playoffs. On the opposite side, yesterday, John Tortorella, who was the interim head coach of the Knights anyways, he had come in and actually sprung the Knights at that time to run off several wins, get them into the playoffs, and then they went on their crazy run. He was mutually, I guess, let go / hey, we're going to go our separate ways yesterday with the Vegas Knights. And I don't know if that has more to say about what this Hurricanes team really did, or maybe his reluctancy to be versatile and change, go back to Hart in net. That was a big decision he had to make. So he loses that gig. And I think he even shared before the Stanley Cup finals that he would like to remain coaching. So I'm sure we'll see him pop up. He's already made his rounds around the NHL many, many times before. We had a party pooper yesterday. Plus, I still have a wedding story to tell you. We're going to take our break, have plenty of time, our last segment. And I'll tell you, the party pooper, similar to a movie scene. I'll just leave it at that for now. You understand more. If you bear with us this morning, the Daily Pulse will be back on WSJS.
Carolina's quest for baseball glory continues in Omaha this afternoon. This is college baseball's biggest stage, and the stakes are bigger than ever. First pitch, all the action, and every moment on WSJS. Carolina's championship pursuit is made possible by great sponsors like Play It Again Sports, by Black Sand Company, by Heritage Hardwood Floors, and by Logan Heating and Cooling. Don't miss the Tar Heels championship chase on WSJS and WSJS.com.
Uh-oh. Hear that creak? You know what I mean. Your garage door's groan signals trouble ahead. Ignoring it could lead to costly repairs or even accidents. But don't worry. Precision Garage Door has your back with their Safe and Sound package. Enjoy a 25-point safety inspection, performance tweaks, lubrication, and a detailed diagnostic report, all for just $79. Keep your garage smooth and secure. Visit PrecisionDoorNC.com today. That's PrecisionDoorNC.com.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor and call a Groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space. Schedule a free inspection with Tar Heel Basement Systems, a Groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Drive it, love it.
This hour of WSJS Talk is brought to you in part by Crossroads Ford in Kernersville. Visit John and his team today. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more. Find your deal today at Crossroads Ford on Highway 66 in Kernersville.
I was choosing alcohol over my family. That's when I made the call. Now I'm finding better ways to cope.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Between endless meetings, tea times, and a desire to improve your swing, finding the perfect golf show can be a real challenge. Hi, my name is Jay Delsing. I'm a two-time All-American and a 25-year PGA Tour veteran. Join me Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. for celebrity guests, laughter, and tips to elevate your play. Golf with Jay Delsing. Hit the greens with us Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. on WSJS.
Come on out and play.
The Daily Pulse with Stephen Back, connected to what matters in the Triad.
We're back on the Daily Pulse, and I'm Beck here with you at Stephen Beck TO at WSJS Radio, streaming on WSJS.com, and the phone line is 336-777-1600. Great giveaways that we share with you at Sunnyside Wins, those at WSJS.com. We're going to hope to be with you right at 9 tomorrow morning, all the way up until 10, and we'll do that Friday again, plus Waking Up Prowled coming up on Saturday for you, 9 to 11, also with myself. The most, I guess, important headlines to know, just in case you didn't catch some of these at the top of the hour where we were up against some technical difficulties. But UNC baseball playing West Virginia this afternoon. We hope to carry that game for you live at 2 o'clock here on WSJS. There is some tropical, well, there's calling it a Cyclone 1. That's a weather watch. I continue to see our local meteorologists. I'm not one, but they're already downplaying this. We're so far north and west, they expect a lot of dry air to be in. But for our state, as you know, a statewide program here, the Carolinas do expect through Thursday night into Friday, possible heavier rain, some wind, still all dependent upon exactly how that track forms and goes. And I didn't know, I always thought being mayor meant that you had to be elected. But a Charlotte City Council apparently has received 100 applications for their outgoing mayor, V. Lyles, to find a replacement for her. And they had to hear rapid fire applicants pitch themselves, I think, at a board meeting, maybe yesterday or early this week. And they've already whittled some of that down. They hope to get a replacement by June 22nd. So those are some of the top headlines for you this morning. Before I give you a party pooper, well, have you been to the pool lately? Ooh, I can assure you the pool at the Kernersville YMCA would never have this in their pool. You can join the Kernersville YMCA. You can join any of the YMCAs at YMCA of Northwest North Carolina easily. They have 13 branches. You go on their website, ymcanwnc.org, or stop in one of those branches today. But one membership to any of those Northwest North Carolina YMCAs gets you into all their locations, including the Kernersville location where, hey, you can hit the pool. Great time of year to do it, of course, because it's blazing hot and it's been dry. And so what do you and your kids want to try to find to do outside? Something, honestly, where you could probably cool off a little bit. Take a dip into the Kernersville YMCA, cool off there with the YMCA of Northwest North Carolina. Website is ymcanwnc.org. Might be a bad time to share with you. Asheboro Police, though, they're offering a reward to figure out what happened at Memorial Park overnight. A suspect is accused of trespassing into the pool area in Asheboro and leaving feces in the pool, causing the pool to close for the entire day yesterday because they had to clean everything out. And the suspect also left behind a pair of men's Tommy Hilfiger underwear. I didn't know people were still rocking those. Tommy Hilfiger. Police are offering a $500 reward for information in this case if it leads to an arrest or convictions. But what is the pool that in the movie, they have a Snickers bar, I think, and it starts floating around. Is it Caddyshack? Yes, sir. It is. Snickers bar starts floating. Kid in goggles is swims up to it. There's poop in the pool. And they all start screaming and running out. Of course, they have to empty that pool and they're in there scrubbing it. And, geez, what is the actor? Man, this is terrible. Main actor in Caddyshack actually plays Pebble Beach in the Pro-Am annually.
Bill Murray.
Thank you. It's been that type of morning, y'all.
It has.
Just bear with me on that. But yeah, so Bill Murray has to sit in there and he's like scrubbing it. He picks up the Snickers bar or whatever it is, Milky Way, and he takes a bite out of it. Oh, man. How would you like to be that lifeguard that first shows up, young teen, maybe your second, third day on the job? Honestly, pools haven't been open that long. You show up, start getting everything ready, opening up umbrellas or whatever they got out there at Memorial Park, and you're getting everybody ready for the day, and you look in there and big old black floating blob of feces just sitting there. Tommy Hilfiger underwear. Go figure. Now, I did get in a pool over the weekend. Redneck Riviera. Y'all know about that?
I've heard the name, but I don't know it personally.
Okay, not an actual brand. It's just what we call an inflatable pool sitting in the front yard of North Carolina. That's my country club, y'all. Well, my kids decided, Dad, we want you in the pool. I went and jumped in the pool, had a fun ball blast with them. It's all good and fun until the rest of the day, my eyes were about swollen shut. They were icking goop. They were almost just so much sleepy eye booger stuff. The next day when I woke up that I scraped off of my cheeks was probably the most I've seen in a long time. And no, I do not have pink eye. Video watchers could confirm. Don't have pink eye. I had mowed the lawn while the water was heating up. And I think all the dry grass clippings, everything, dust had gotten in there. And then, of course, playing in the water, it gets in my eye. Well, that was the wedding story. Melissa, who woke up just 3 days prior to her wedding, found out she had hay fever. Her eyes were swollen, almost shut. Big, red, bubbled, blistering looking eyes. Hey, I know the fever because I had it. That would be about as bad as the way our morning started here on the Daily Pulse. It's ending now. We're going to recollect everything. Be ready with our finger on the pulse tomorrow morning at 9. Back here on WSJS. We'll see you then.